you actually got a job hosting at Crankworx too, and then kind of like transferring from being a full-time athlete racer to a free rider, adventure rider. But it started on the mic a little bit, being at Crankworx.
Yeah.
And you were on the mic interviewing people, channeling your inner Brett Tippie. How was that?
Yeah, announcing for Crankworx was an amazing experience, working for Rebel TV and all that stuff. It actually started, though, so I stopped racing in 2014, actually due to injury and concussion, and then I took a year off and then reevaluated what I wanted to do in life and thought that, you know what, I've kind of accomplished everything I wanted to in my racing, and I didn't really have the drive to do what it would take to stay in the top 5. I wanted to explore and experience these places that I'd traveled to for the last 10 years, but never actually really got to see.
Training Hill, race
Yeah,
hill.
yeah. So then
New Mountain, Training Hill, race hill.
Party, throw up, get on the plane.
Yeah. I really checked out that place.
Wow, that toilet bowl was really cool. My 12 hours of freedom. No, you know how it is.
Oh, I've been there.
Everyone. No. But yeah, so then kind of reevaluated what I wanted to do as an athlete, and the announcing stuff kind of just fell into my lap a little bit. So I had actually just lost a bike sponsor. So I didn't have a bike sponsor. I didn't really have any sponsors. And it was my last, like, okay, you can go to New Zealand and put yourself out there and invest your own money in flying there and hotels and everything. And that was like all of my savings. And it's like, you're either going to do that and give it one last shot, or you're going to quit and, you know, pursue art or do something totally different. And I was like, I got to give it. I can't walk away and totally retire. I need to like see if I can just give it one last shot. So I went to New Zealand and I messaged Pink Bike. I messaged Crankworx, anyone and everyone I could. It's like, hey, I'm here. I'm at the race. I'm going to do some of the races. But if there's anything I can do for you guys, social media wise or anything like that, like I would love to be involved, and like let me, you know, if you want to.
Oh yeah, weren't you doing some social media with Steffi Marth?
Well, no, this was before that.
Before that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
so
okay.
then, well, no, that was the same year. But so this was Rotorua Crankworx. I was on my own. Crankworx was like, yeah, you could try, you know, we need someone to do our Facebook Lives. So it was just Facebook Live through Crankworx. And then for Leger, Pink Bike, Crankworx was like, sorry, we can't pay to fly you out or pay you or anything, because I did it all for free. And then Pink Bike was like, well, we'll fly you out and we'll give you accommodation if you'll do like all of our social media stuff and like all of our stories and interview people and just be there and like have the phones. And then I asked Steffi, I was like, well, this is going to be a lot less boring if I have somebody fun with me. And that's how like the two Stoked girls came to be with Steffi Mart. So we did that season. Me and Steffi did Whistler and Leger and Innsbruck for Pink Bike. And then that fall, Crankworx was like, hey, do you want to be the new Hannah? Like the new face of Crankworx as like the host on the floor? And I was like, yes. I don't have any training, but sure. So yeah, cold turkey, just got tossed into the deep end.
It's not easy, is it?
Live broadcasting. Oh, I'll tell you what. Like,
because you got to listen to them and listen to the directions, and you've got certain time marks to hit.
Well, and it's so off the cuff. Like, nothing's planned. They don't tell you what to say. They're like, interview with Brett Reeder, stand by in 5, 4, 3 questions, 3, 2, 1. And you're like trying to think of 3 questions that you can ask Brett.
What's your favorite color, Brett?
Yeah, that isn't.
How was that last run?
That isn't totally lame. And like, so how did that feel? Is like a complete no-no. So
it's
you're
hard.
Like, what PSI do you have in your rear tire? So there was definitely a lot of like learning moments, embarrassing moments for sure, but it was cool. It was super cool. I feel like the live broadcasting, once you do that, everything else just becomes so nonchalant, so easy.
Yeah, I felt for you because I've done that, and you know, like I'm running around doing think back videos at the time, and
Yeah, you were going crazy.
yeah, like I think you know I was doing like 70 videos a year or
It was
something.
a ton of videos.
Yeah, and so sometimes you do like 3 or 4 videos a day, like 2 events, and then like a little side video and a course inspection or whatever, right? And adjust the tip, and it's like 3 hours sleep a day.
Yeah,
and then you're trying to look normal and talk normal and. You know, but I didn't have the earpiece in it. I was just winging it with the cameraman, right? And then sometimes, you know, I'd run into you and be like, "Hey, how many times did this so-and-so win the world championship? Oh yeah, thanks." And we'd like,
we'd like,
okay, thanks. Onto the thing, and then it was actually really fun to run into you and seeing you giving it because I know how hard it is to listen and think and then have a good question. And,
and then they'll like put you in the house randomly, so then you're just like in an echo chamber of your own voice reverberating off of everything, and then in your ear and outside and oh my gosh, it's so hard. And then you're told like pretty much have fun but don't fuck it up because there's over 5 million people streaming this all over the world.
No pressure.
And then I like interview Kyle Straight and I'm like, so your wife's keeping you fit? Like super embarrassing. And then just eat my own words and oh God. And then you fumble, or like this one time the producer forgot to turn me off. So he like presses a button to talk to me and then releases the button. And then I can't hear all of the other stuff that's going on. But he forgot to release the button and he just starts screaming at someone. And I'm in the middle of interviewing Jill Kintner. And because I had no experience, I thought he was screaming at me. And so I'm just like just staring at Jill, and Jill's like staring at me, and all I'm listening to is like, "Queen of Crankworx, go on to the Queen of Crankworx, blah, blah." And I'm just like, so Jill, Queen of Crankworx, and she's just like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know." It was so bad.
Sorry, that was from someone else.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, I almost had a heart attack because number one, I don't like being yelled at, and number two, I was just like, oh. Yeah. So it was an amazing experience. It was an amazing experience, but like I'm definitely.
Why are you doing this with the microphone?
I'm definitely glad that I'm not doing it anymore. Been there, done that. Realized it wasn't something I wanted as a career, and I just wanted to be on my bike more.
Yeah.
It sucked being at events and not being able to ride your bike.
Because you're working all the time.
Yeah. Like you could that sucked. I would just like watched all my friends have fun, and I was like, so was that fun? Because I wish I was doing it. So
it's like one of my first jobs. I got a job as a lifty.
Yeah.
And
you just watch everybody
people was,
go.
like shredding power laps, and I'm like, have a great run. Was that a great run? Have a great. And I'm loading the chair, and they're like, this was awesome. Gee, you should be here.
Their like faces are full of powder. They're laughing. You're
and
just like
myself,
single tear.
I am never working in the winter again.